Shalom, shalom, and welcome to the Sarah Blessing Ministries. I'm Minister Sarah, and I am doing a commentary today on the movie Leave the World Behind. A few videos back, I promised that I was going to do a commentary on it, and here it is. So I'm going to be starting part by part because the movie is long. It's a long movie, and even in the first 11 minutes, I had 4 pages of notes. Yes, 4 pages of notes. And so I got my notes with me. I'm going to be all up in these notes so I can remember everything that I wanted to say. And even as I was putting everything together just now, my recording equipment, to get ready to do this video, I looked at one of the photos that I took of the screenshots of the movie, and I saw something else. So I'm going to roll that into the commentary too, something that I did not notice before. This is the kind of movie that you could watch it 100 times, and every time you will see something different that you did not see before. And so I've seen the movie at least twice, and also gone back at least twice and looked at the different scenes to see what information I was picking up just by looking at different things. I had to pause it, zoom in, think about it for a little bit, and there are so many insights that I saw. Before I put this together, this is going to be a series. Before I put this commentary together, the Lord started speaking to me about the number 1619, and constantly since then, this was a few months ago, I have also been seeing the number 619. And the significance of that number is that is the time frame that the Black people, our people, we went into captivity in the Americas. And we went all over the world to different places that we were dragged and taken to different places and dropped off at different islands. And Spain, some of us went to Jamaica. We went all over the world. And so we were in captivity under our enemies, the white people, the colonizers, the murderers who had us in every form of captivity. I'm gonna get into that later. So I'm not gonna talk about all of it right now. I'm gonna save some of that for later because there's a lot that I have to say about that. As the movie progresses, I'm gonna talk about it because it'll make sense with the scenes that are gonna be coming up. And so what the Lord is speaking to me about the number 1619, we have been in captivity, God's people, the descendants of Abraham. We have been in captivity for over 400 years. And God has promised that he's going to release us from captivity. Now, you might look around and, you can touch the walls and everything. You seem like you can walk around, you can do whatever you want. But when you look at the money, if your people, the face of your people, are not on the money, and if the other nations are not paying you taxes, paying you tribute, you are in captivity. You do not have to be in a cell, in a holding facility. There are different levels and forms of captivity. We were first put into chattel slavery. We were first put into chattel slavery where we were in chains and different things that they used to restrain us. And then eventually we rebelled against them and we fought against them so much that they decided to release us because we were about to kill all of them. The reason that we got released from physical slavery is our people started rebelling. Our ancestors were never weak. We fought back. We rebelled them. We burned down plantations. We killed Massa and his family. We was tearing some stuff up. And when that started to happen more and more, the white people, they knew that we were going to kill their asses. They knew we were going to kill them. And so they set us free from physical slavery because they knew we were about to kill them. And so what happened is, instead of us being in physical slavery, they put us into mental slavery. They released us, but we were still mentally enslaved, and they made a whole bunch of rules against us that still were exactly like being in slavery. We could walk around free and everything, but the society, the systems, everything that they put in place was exactly like we were in slavery. But what God has told me is that He is releasing us from captivity. And that's what 1619 symbolizes. And also when I keep saying 619, 619, that's also what it symbolizes. And so the Lord is reminding me constantly. I'll just be doing something else and I'll just randomly see 619 on a timer, on the clock, on a website. I'm seeing it all over. And so I know what he's speaking about, that is it's time for us to be released. So let me get into this commentary. I just saw 619. I just saw 619. It was 6 minutes and 19 seconds as I was recording. But I'm noticing it is what I'm saying. I see it and I notice it, and then that's what it reminds me of. Okay, so now the first thing that I'm going to talk about is part 1, the house. So, in the opening scenes, the white couple and their 2 children, a son and a daughter, they decide to book a trip to a secluded vacation home for a few days. The vacation home is situated on a large, grand, luxurious-looking private estate. The scenery around this place is beautiful. It's tranquil. It's serene. It's dreamy. It is exactly, if you were to build a house, it's exactly what most people would choose. This place is gorgeous. It's stunningly gorgeous. Green grass, beautiful plants and flowers everywhere. Just so beautiful, picturesque. Absolutely, absolutely perfect. And that's the place where they're going to stay. So the features of this house: timber wood and black features are showcased throughout this massive, grandiose modern home. The couple admires the home as they walk through the home in awe of its beauty. Their children seem happy swimming in the pool outside while they're walking through the house, just looking at everything, just admiring the view. Everything that they see is beautiful and stunning and amazing. And this home is just jaw-dropping beautiful. It's just gorgeous inside of this home. So she's walking through the house. As she reaches the living room, she stands there in front of this big painting on the wall. And she's looking at it, and here's what I see in that picture. Okay, in the painting, the canvas painting, I see 4 tall white figures on a dark colored canvas. And the dark part is painted. It looks like the dark part of the canvas is painted over the plain canvas, like the plain white part of the canvas. That's what it looks like. And it's kind of spotty and blotchy, but the prominent thing that you can see is the dark background, which looks like it's either a very, very, very dark blue-black color, or it's black, the actual color that's on the canvas. Depending on the monitor, I'm trying to see what the actual color is. But it's a very dark background, which stabilizes. Dark colors stabilize stability, grounding, structure. There's a comfort to it. That's why a lot of uniforms are black, for structure, the structure that's in them. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from the picture. The black is representing structure. And the white part, the 4 peaks that I see in the painting represent each one of them: the man, the woman, the son, and the daughter. And the woman that's standing in front of the painting looking at it, she is wearing a gray jacket with peaks. It's almost like a mountain pattern that goes like this. There's a peak here, goes down, a peak here, it goes down. That's the pattern that's on her jacket. And that definitely represents her. It's showing, because the picture, black and white makes gray when it's mixed together. She's wearing a gray jacket with that same pattern that's shown in the picture. just in a different form. So the peaks on the jacket that she's wearing are different than the peaks on the painting, but it's the same structure. It goes up, it goes down, 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 just like on the jacket and just like on the painting. And that's what I'm pulling out of that scene of the painting and the woman standing looking at the painting. Now, here's what it's representing. Each one of these four figures is representing the white people. Yes, the white people who had dominance over Black people, our enemies. So the white people, in case you were wondering, the white people are enemies to the Black people because only an enemy would have you in captivity and oppress you for 400 years. Okay, so the white people are the enemy. And so this picture is showing a representation of that. And it's very subtle. Your spiritual eyes have to be open to see this, because otherwise you'll just be looking at a movie with a painting on the wall and the woman looking at it. That's what most people see. Most people just see a woman in a living room. She's looking at a painting and there's not really much to it, unless your spiritual eyes are open, and then you can analyze it and see what the creators of the movie were actually showing in this scene. Also, here's what else I noticed. As the woman is walking away from the painting, she's smiling as if she's satisfied with the way things are currently, the status quo. And so this was my immediately interpretation. So I fully trust what I'm perceiving in this scene about this painting. Now, the dark blackish color also suggests calmness and grounding, as black is a very stabilizing color. So I see in this scenario as representing the status quo of the way things have generally been historically between Black people and white people. The dark background color in the painting is suggesting that this is the way things are. That's the structure. In the Black people, that's the structure, because we are the creators. We are source. We come from source. So the dark background in the painting is suggesting that this is the way things are, this is the way things are done, and this is the way things are expected to be. But as the movie progresses on, you'll see that sentiment changing very swiftly in the upcoming scenes. One hint of this is that as the woman is walking away from the painting, there's a trumpet sound playing in the background in the music. Historically, in the Bible, the trumpet sound signifies either an announcement that God's people are going into battle, going into war, or at other times, it signifies the presence of the Most High God. Here's some other meanings of the trumpet sound in the Bible. Kingship and coronation. Israel used trumpets to signal war strategies and God's intervention. Examples of this were the Jericho walls falling in Joshua 6 and military alarms in Numbers 10:9. And the meaning of this is God is calling his people to action, warfare, or deliverance. So that was the first one. 2, trumpets also announce a new king. Example, Solomon was crowned king in 1 Kings 1:39. And the meaning of that is authority, kingship, and divine rule being established. 3, warning and judgment. Prophets blow the trumpet to warn of sin, coming judgment, enemy attack. And the example of that is in Ezekiel 33, verses 3 through 6. The watchman blowing the trumpet. And the meaning of that is a spiritual or physical warning from God. 4, end times connection. In the New Testament, the last trumpet symbolizes the return of Christ, the resurrection of the dead, and the final gathering in judgment, which we are very close to. The trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, which is 1 Corinthians 15:52. So that first scene was loaded with different insights that I was able to pick up. And what are you picking up from that scene? Talk about it in the comments. Put it in the comments what you saw in that scene, even if it's completely different than what I saw, because God gives us different interpretations. We could see this same scene but have different interpretations and meanings of what is being shown. He might show one thing to one person and another thing to another person